Socialism, it's because Jews historically they were always part of intelligentsia, and if you intelligentsia, you become independent, and that's what the socialists don't like to be for you to be independent. You, this Communist Party, no God, no independence, no cars, no houses, only Communist Party. Only Communist Party. That's your God, that's your car, that's your house, and everything else. So that's why, and the Jews, historically, they independent, intelligentsia, and that's why, and even, I don't know if you heard about Meir Kahane.
Yes.
My favorite guy, Meir Kahane. Favorite rabbi, late Meir Kahane, great Meir Kahane. Because, well, first of all, his philosophy about economy, his philosophy about Jewishness and the state of Israel and the no two-state solution. And a lot of stuff like that. About a lot of I read his book, his wonderful book called Authentic Jewish Idea. So he mentioned in that book that there's going to be the time, like throughout the history, then it's going to be especially during the times of economical hardship, that the Jews going to be blamed. Look at the Nazi Germany. Why the Jews got blamed? Because now Nazi Germany, after World War I, after they signed that the peace treaty, Versailles peace treaty, there was horrible recession, and there was unemployment, and people sitting in line, and that's why. And Hitler, and there was the scapegoats. Scapegoats were like the entire Europe, like you're looking for the scapegoat. And then during the time of the economic hardship, like it was in France, like it was in Germany, Nazi Germany, like in the Soviet Union, during the time of the economic hardship, the Jew is going to be blamed. So that's why his idea, his philosophy of Meir Kahane, that every single Jews need to make an aliyah to Israel. So that was based on this. This idea, and I love America. Like I said, I grew up in the Soviet Union, but I came to this country. I served in the military here, in the U.S. Army. I'm a proud American from head to toe. I never considered myself as Russian, even though, Russian. No, I'm a Russian Jew, but even more so, I don't consider myself as a Russian Jew. I consider myself as an American Jew, even though technically, I can't be called an American Jew because I wasn't born here. But like I said. But he got a good point that the Jews are going to be blamed, especially when it comes to Marxism, because Marxist theory is a very racist theory, just like the Nazi pure theory was pretty racist, anti-Semitic. So, and that's what's going to happen. That's what happened in the Soviet Union.
Didn't the Leninists use anti-Semitism as a part of their?
Leninists, they were just. Not initially, because initially Lenin, they were called Bolsheviks, but in reality they were like the minorities. Just if you look at I can draw a perfect analogy. Black Lives Matter. They are minorities. No, I'm not talking minorities like black people, because in Black Lives Matter, if you look at the videos, you can see a lot of white people there too. I'm talking about they small numbers relatively comparing to population in the United States. So. And that it becomes very dangerous, because Bolsheviks in the Soviet Union, they were also minorities. There was like little tiny fraction. Nazi Party, another perfect example. They were a tiny portion. They were a tiny fraction, and they surely but steadily seized the power. And that's what's going to happen, and that's what anti-Semitism comes up. First, initially, Lenin needed to unite people. Like going back to your question about Lenin and. And the Judaism. First, he needed to unite people. So he used Jews, he used peasants. That was his famous slogan, bread to peasants. And that's what happened. But eventually, like I said, the Jews were persecuted because, the Jews were persecuted, and that's what happened. It's sad. Like I said, people, Soviet Jews, a lot of Soviet Jews who live in the former Soviet Union, a lot of them. I don't think there is a saying that not a single family in the Soviet Union knew somebody directly or indirectly, or actually had a family member who was like the victim of Stalinist repressions. And and Stalin said, famous saying of Joseph Stalin, death of one person is a catastrophe. Death of the millions is just the statistics. So basically, that's what it was implemented towards the Jews. A lot of Jews, and and that's why I hate Soviet Union, honestly. Like I'm open about that. I'm very vociferous about that. That Soviet Union killed more Jews than Nazis, fascists, and everybody combined.
What would you say to the older Democrat Jews who are supporting unseating President Trump in exchange for the socialistic, left-leaning Democrat, both presidential and congressional House of Representatives and senator seats?
Well, first they need to wise the hell up. Number one. Number two, they should read my articles because I write about this a lot. And then number three, educate themselves because it sounds trivial, educate yourself, but that's the essence. You need to get to the right sources because see, using the analogy what Winston Churchill said, if you're not liberal at 20, you have no heart. If you're not conservative at 35, you have no brain. See, then you're 20, you're happy, you're gay, you're lucky, you go lucky, you say, oh, hi, I love everybody, let's kumbaya. But then you grow up, you start paying taxes, and you realize, hey, wait a second, don't put your hand in my pocket, that's my money. And a lot of people realize that. But those people who don't realize that, they need to wise up and read the right sources.